using phrases like bullseye or something like that, yes, an unhinged person could get that wrong, and Mr. Biden's done that once. Calling a whole sector of the political sphere pedophiles, groomers, baby killers, do you not think to an unhinged person that is also, well, we got to get rid of the pedos, and that's been going on for 9 years. So stop. I mean, to be honest, I'm like, TVNZ, why did you apologize for like using the salt gun towards that Trump doll? I mean, come on. If you want to see this taken to the other extreme that I'm putting out there now, go watch Destiny on Piers Morgan. Destiny was sitting there and going, he basically made the point, he refused to disavow the shooter. And the reason he was doing that is obviously not because he was supporting the shooter. He realized he was in a situation in a show with fucking Dave Rubin, amongst other people, sitting and framing the issue like they always do. You know, we've talked about this with the Israel-Gaza thing. When the left get on, they constantly are asked, do you disavow Hamas? When the right come on, they've never asked to disavow, do you disavow the IDF bombing hospitals? And this thing's kind of happening again in this situation. And Destiny took a stance where he wasn't going to. And what I took from it was going, you guys, this is your game. I'm not going to play your game. So no, I'm not going to do that. Now, I don't think he wasn't doing it in support, obviously, but he was doing it as a way to show that the framing that they come up with puts this slant on it. Well, this is a long-winded lead into this story coming out today, that now you're getting, and one of the points you made last night, Chewy, it was actually Piers Morgan again, because he's popping up on my feed now. He goes, how the left are calling Trump Hitler. And he showed like a bunch of podcasters and a bunch of, announcers saying such and such reports, like no one with any power or influence, saying things like he used the language of Hitler, he is Hitler, this kind of stuff. And then I showed a clip of...
I've never said that Trump's like Hitler because I've seen no proof that Trump's a frustrated artist.
And then I showed a clip of all the people on the right being politicians and people in power saying the things that I've just referenced, baby killers, murderers, pedos, that kind of stuff. Well, now the right's going one step further through people like Marjorie Taylor Greene, and now they're actually blaming journalists for literally causing the assassination.
Classic.
You'll enjoy this and you'll hate it all at the same time.
Trump, what do you think of his choice of J.D. Vance as vice president?
Very excited. I was the first member of Congress to endorse J.D. Vance when he was running for Senate. And I vetted him pretty closely, of course, because I'm one of those strong President Trump supporters.
This is a man who compared him to Hitler, though. Isn't that concerning?
Let me finish. I vetted him on his statements, his articles he'd written.
And the other thing the right will do, I mean, I'll just say politicians will do, I'm not going to pigeonhole just the right. The other thing that you'll see often is once they get to a point where they get challenged beyond reproach, they run away. And they don't run away by literally running away. They basically turn the person asking the questions into the demon and then accuse them of being a demon, and why would I answer any demon's questions? So that's where they go, right? They basically run away by stopping the conversation, by blaming the person asking the questions because they're a demon.
And of course, JD's an American. He can change his mind. And what changed his mind is he watched President Trump in his first presidency. And it was the policies and the decisions President Trump made in his first 4 years that changed his mind. And, I really respect that. And I think Americans have the right to change their mind, especially based on someone's actions, not their words. And so when people are judging J.D. Vance, I think they can also look to see that we can watch his actions. And as a senator, I'm really proud of him. I'm proud of the legislation that he's voted on. I'm proud of the work that he's done on the committees he serves on. And I'm really excited President Trump picked him.
So Vance, he said that the UK could be the first Islamist country with nuclear weapons under the new Labour government. Doesn't that paint a sour picture for relations with the UK?
Well, let's talk about the words of the Democrats and Joe Biden that have also labeled
this is
President
the start
Trump
of the
as a
runaway.
fascist, labeled all of us as Nazis and Hitler, completely lied, demonizing him so much so that a young man, a 20-year-old, which is hard to imagine, actually climbed onto a roof and tried to murder President Trump.
You said that the Democrats wanted the shooting of Trump to
Let's talk about people
happen.
like you.
Where's your evidence
let's talk
of
about
that?
people like you.
But where's your
that
evidence of those
demonize
claims?
people like me, President Trump. You know, I have some of the most highest amount of death threats because of people like you. Because you choose to only take certain words.
You choose to turn on a microphone and a camera and allow me to say what I want to say. And because of that, I get death threats
From people, and then that's what you want to report. Shame on you. Shame on you.
But where's your
no.
evidence?
You're the problem. And where's this woman from?
The Times.
You're from the
London.
Times? Okay, you're ridiculous. And you're the problem in our country. You lie about people like me. This is the first time you've ever talked to me. I want you to know I'm a regular person like you. I'm also a mom. I have 3 kids. And we have to put up with the most unreal amount of bullshit because of little liars like you that take your job and turn it into political activism. Your job is the press. You should report the news, not
And I'm
lie,
asking you for
not lie
evidence.
about it. You don't get to ask any more questions.
There you
I'm
go.
done with
The
you.
runaway.
Because you're the cause. You're
One
the
more
cause
thing, you
of
call
our
the
country.
Democrats-
And she
No,
gets to
you're
end the
cause of our
conversation on the
country
point
being
she
divided.
wants.
You're the cause of our country being divided. You're the cause of President Trump
You're
almost
the cause.
being assassinated.
You're the cause of the country being divided. I think we saw that photo. She was probably a journalist in her 20s. You're the cause of the country being divided.
You're the cause of everything wrong
where's
in
your
America.
evidence of those
Everything.
No, you're done. You're done. Yeah, go back.
Thank
Go
you.
back.
Everything. You're the cause of everything. And let me just also say, people are talking about destiny in the chat. I'm not necessarily. I'm saying in that one instance, the point that he was making. Remember, we sometimes have agreed with points that some pretty far right people have said once in a blue moon, and Chewy always goes, "Oh, it feels wrong saying this." And the point he was making in the conversation, and yeah, he did say unhinged stuff in a Twitter rant that he put out there, or a YouTube feed he put out there. But in that instance, he wasn't prepared to be drawn into the game of the left having to denounce everything that someone on the left has done that's terrible. But although this shooter wasn't on the left, but the right's never asked the same question. And that's my point of observation. Nothing to do with Destiny's past and what else he's done. That's it. Chewy.
I've seen Marjorie Taylor Greene use that same template with other reporters. It's almost just move for move, right? She is happy to answer questions as long as she gets the narrative. The single moment that there's any sort of pushback, she goes all PTA mum and goes, no, you're done. You've done all of this. She is a dreadful person that no one should interview ever again. And then she'll be going, well, why is the press not asking my opinion? As far as JD Vance goes, man, like dreadful person again. And like, it probably goes without saying that, Trump's vice president pick is an absolute demon. But what I found out about him is that his run for Senate was bankrolled by one of New Zealand's greatest sons, Peter Thiel.
Yeah.
Yeah, famous. And it's so funny with these guys, with these Republicans, that they all used to be anti-government libertarians. Wealthy, anti-government, well-connected anti-government libertarians. And now they've all decided that they're Republicans and they want to be part of the government.
Yeah.
This reminds me of something a little bit close to home, doesn't it?